Hello, sixth graders. This is Mr. Chamberlain again with another tutorial that has to do with your company logo project that you and your partner are doing. If you have your company logo draft sheet out, I'm going to point out a couple of things to you. One of the rules is it has to have 3 different colors. That's fine. That'll be when you print it out. The slogan that you choose is going to have, if you look at number 4, manipulated text. So today I want to show you the way that I'd like you to look at manipulated text. It's really, really cool. First of all, when we make our actual project, if you look on the back side of your logo draft, the whole thing has to be 6 inches by 6 inches. That's because we're going to be doing a 12-inch by 6-inch piece like this. So if you look at it, we used to have the 12 by 12. Now it's just going to be 12 by 6, and then 1/2 will be one copy here, and 1/2 will be, so you can each have your own here. But anyway, I just made that smaller so that you could see what size it's going to be. For manipulating text, I've got some really cool things to share with you. So I'm going to do what we already know how to do, which is put in some text. I'm going to write Mr. C, and I'm going to want to look at it a little more closely so I can zoom in with the zooming button, because we're going to want to look at it really detailed. So whatever you put in for your slogan, you can put that in there, but I'm just going to do Mr. C as an example. So I want to manipulate this text in a new way. To do that, I'm going to click on it to highlight it like I always do, and I'm going to right click. So I'm not going to click with the left side, I'm going to click the right side. And there's a button that says ungroup. And if we ungroup it, if you right click it, you'll see that there's a choice that says ungroup. So I'm going to click ungroup, and now all of these things have been separated into individual letters. Now, when I double click on one, you'll see there's a whole bunch of points that appeared. So I'm actually going to zoom in even more so we can see these points really up close. I now have my M of Mr. C, but all of the individual points where it moves on to a new vertice can be moved. It's really easy too. I'm going to go up to it. If I click and hold, then I can drag it anywhere I want. So I'm going to take the M of Mr. C. I'm going to make it look a little more dramatic. Move that down, move that down. Now, if you haven't already noticed, I can click on the line and make a new point that I can go back from. So let's see, I'm going to make this a little more straight here. That looks a lot cooler, actually. That looks a lot more unique, like for a unique company logo. I'm going to go into the R. If I click it twice, I get the same thing here. Maybe I want to make this one sort of jaggedy. You can move this one. If I have any bends, you can see there's a little blue box. The blue lets you determine where it bends, which is another really cool thing. So I got a bend there. I got another bend here, so I can bend that one whichever way I want. I'm going to add an extra point in here so I can make it like a spike. Now my R looks really cool too. I can manipulate this one too. Maybe I want to go out there and make more of a diamond shape. That looks pretty cool. And we'll go over to the C. Now this one's really cool because I got all these spots that I can bend. So I'm going to pull this sideways. I'm going to pull this sideways. Kind of looks like an earthquake came through here. It's all bumpy. Maybe I want to pull that one lower, pull that one higher, stretch this one out. And you can see you can make it super unique. I'm just going to finish with that. Now, when I look at my ending product compared to what I start with, I'll just put the same thing that I had here to begin with. I just had Mr. C. I've got a very different and very cool, unique looking text, so I manipulated it. Some people might even want to do something where they just move one letter. So for example, if I take my M of Mr. C and zoom in on it, maybe I want to make, that's kind of too much zoom. I can take it and maybe I want to go like this. And maybe I want to add something like that. So the M kind of covers most of the C, most of the first name. Maybe on this one too. Maybe I want to pull this down, make a new point, and have something, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. It's kind of, no, it's not so weird. It's kind of cool. So now I did the same thing before too. I can really stretch it out to make it go around. So you can really play around with this and do a lot of different things. So for your company logo, in some part of the text that you use, I want you to manipulate it so that it looks very different and it's unique to your company logo. I guess the last thing I'll say that I kind of started by saying is you want this thing to be proportional. So if you have your rough draft and it takes up the entire box that you drew in, well, your picture should take up the entire box too. So for example, let's say that you had drawn this, but it only took up, a little tiny bit of space. Your actual draft maybe was really big. I can just highlight the whole thing and make it way bigger so that it matches whatever you drew for your draft. It's very easy to do. Just click to highlight. Maybe it was a little bit taller, something like that. That looks really cool. Perfect for Halloween. So hopefully that's a meaningful tutorial for you when you're doing your manipulation of your text that goes with your logo and your slogan specifically. Go for it.